Welcome back to Movie Moshow. Today we are going to preview the horror film, Sorority Row. If you like our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We post multiple times daily. Spoilers ahead. After learning that her boyfriend, Garrett, had cheated on her, Megan, Audrina Patridge, a sorority sister, plays a practical joke on him by pretending to die while having sex with him. She does this with the assistance of her sorority friends, Cassidy, Brianna Evigan, Jessica, Leah Pipes, Ellie, Rumor Willis, Claire, Jamie Chung, and Chugs, Garrett's sister. Garrett takes Megan to a steel plant with the sister's assistance with the goal of drowning her in a nearby lake. Garrett fatally stabs Megan through the chest with a tire iron after Jessica playfully remarks that they must expel the air from her lungs to prevent her body from floating to the top. The crew makes the decision to bury Megan's body and the tire iron in the mine. After 8 months. Although Cassidy still feels bad about the whole event, the girls have grown apart and moved past the tragedy. The girls all receive a photo texted to their phones during the celebration held following graduation, a robed arm holding the bloodied lug wrench Garrett used to kill Megan. Garrett is suspected, but Chugs maintains that he has changed since the incident and is not mentally competent. Jessica takes the initiative and asserts that it was only a nasty prank by him, continuing the party. Maggie, Megan's young sister, shows up because she wants to attend the celebration in remembrance of her sister. Later, Chugs departs for her appointment with a therapist. She lies down and enjoys champagne, unaware that her therapist was dead and instead believing him to be playing a sexual game, when she is suddenly murdered by an unidentified assailant using a spiked tire iron and wearing a hooded black robe. A short while later, Claire and Jessica were talking about the incident in the sorority shower area. After they depart, the unidentified killer uses the same tire iron to kill Joanna, a sorority girl who overheard their talk. The sizable graduation party is held that evening. Ellie witnesses Mickey, Claire's boyfriend, being attacked and killed by the hooded assailant. After reuniting, Cassidy, Claire, Jessica, and Ellie each receive a text message with a link to the footage of Megan's murder and instructions to go to the steel mine in 20 minutes or the video will be forwarded to the police. The girls encounter Garrett, who has his wrist slit, after driving to the mine shaft. Jessica accidentally knocks over Garrett with her car because she believes he is the one following them. They later learn that Garrett has been receiving their SMS messages as well, though. Due to Ellie's belief that Megan faked her death and is now out for vengeance, she thinks Megan is the murderer. The girls lower Cassidy down the shaft to check to see if Megan is dead, but instead of finding Megan's body, she discovers a message scribbled in blood that reads, "Theta Pi must die." The girls receive a text message from Chug's cell phone informing them of her passing back at the now empty sorority home. Claire is subsequently slain. The girls run across Maggie and Mrs. Crenshaw, Carrie Fisher, their house mother, while looking around the home for Jessica's boyfriend, Kyle. Mrs. Crenshaw learns about the incident and orders the girls to lock themselves in a bedroom and contact the police while she goes through the home looking for the murderer. Maggie exits the room to find Megan after being startled. Mrs. Crenshaw dies after playing cat and mouse in the kitchen. The girls think Mrs. Crenshaw killed Megan when they hear bullets coming from her shotgun. Ellie is instructed to flee if she gets the chance by Cassidy and Jessica, who decide to locate Mickey's body and use his cell phone because there are no cell phones nearby. The murderer approaches Maggie downstairs and ignites the house with a Molotov cocktail as he does so. After discovering Mickey's body, Cassidy and Jessica run into Kyle, who fights with Jessica and injures her. Cassidy and Jessica escape to a bathroom that is still being renovated and discover Megan's lifeless body hanging in the bathtub. There, Kyle attacks them and Jessica is killed. Before Kyle could hurt Cassidy, Andy, Cassidy's boyfriend, who later confesses to being the murderer, killed Kyle with an axe. At first, Andy shielded them by keeping the information to himself. Andy envisioned a beautiful future with Cassidy, but she was constantly in danger of being discovered. Andy made the decision to execute everyone who was aware of Megan's murder. After killing Jessica, Andy tells Cassidy they must also kill Ellie. Cassidy disagrees, but Andy claims that the nerdy Ellie is the weakest and discloses that it was Ellie who told him everything about Megan's passing, making it likely that she will tell someone else. Making a plan, Cassidy follows along and tells Andy that Ellie is in the basement. While Andy looks for Ellie, Cassidy retrieves Ellie from upstairs, and the two of them try to flee out the front door. However, Andy attacks them because he feels betrayed by Cassidy. Cassidy, who is urging Ellie to leave, smashes Andy with a lamp and makes an attempt to get away before stopping when she hears Maggie, who is engulfed in flames, pleading for assistance. While Cassidy tries to assist her, Andy interrupts and threatens to kill Maggie. Cassidy manages to stop him. After that, Cassidy is left hanging over the flaming cellar as the floor collapses beneath her. Ellie shows up just as Andy is ready to kill her and shoots him with Mrs. Crenshaw's shotgun. He sinks under the flaming floor after falling backwards upon it, dying instantly in the flames. Ellie orders Maggie to wrap a curtain around herself and dash through the flames now that Andy has been killed. The two then pull Cassidy back up from the floor hole. Just as the fire department and other emergency officials are about to arrive, Cassidy, Ellie, and Maggie, the three survivors, manage to flee the flaming sorority home. 15 months later. After the fire, Theta Pi is being rebuilt, and Maggie has become a Theta sister. A man carrying a garden trowel approaches the girls as they are singing the Theta Pi song. His wrist has cut wounds visible as the camera pans up to it, suggesting that Garrett may have survived a suicide attempt or assassination attempt. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.